Good evening, and welcome to the I Snuck In Here podcast, Battle of the Sexes. We are a little bit late, and it is my fault. I have horrible internet service where I stay at, and there's nothing I can do about it, y'all. So y'all have to bear with me. If it goes out, we have some people that will be able to hold it down if I need to remove myself. But hope everybody is having a great day. Before we get this Battle of the Sexes started, let me get my teammate, my partner in crime, the Superman to my Batman, Cirque Money.
Yes, sir. Yes,
What's up, my
sir.
boy?
I'm
What's up,
feeling
my
great.
boy?
I'm very, very in a good mood. Looking forward to
Yeah,
the topic for tonight. How you feeling over there?
I'm feeling good. I put a suit on.
You know,
Because we got authors and doctors and stuff. And hey, listen, look at me. You looking at me?
I know.
No cussing,
I know.
no N words. We have respectable guests on here today, okay? I don't want to hear none of that shit.
None of that shit.
All right, nigga.
Scouts
All right,
honor.
let's do it.
Scouts honor.
All right, let's go. All right, let's bring our first guest to the stage. She's been here before, so she know what it is. She has actually led the She Snuck In Here version. I don't know how she got the keys, but she has let's bring Xavier Jones to the stage.
Hey,
Hello, Xavier.
hey. How y'all doing?
Doing great.
Fantastic. How you been?
Been good, been great. Glad to be here. Thank you for having me back.
Okay. I'm gonna let you bring in the next guest. Introduce because I feel like this one's near and dear to your heart.
Well, I have the pleasure of introducing my sister from another mister, Dr. Nikisha Muzan, will be with us tonight.
Hey, good evening.
Hello, hello.
She, she's so soft voiced. Hey, good evening. Hi. What's going? You got to turn up. This is how it's Texas. This ain't. You're not here for no soft stuff. Hey, how's it going? How are you? Oh, she's what Monique saying? Oh, sweet babies. How y'all doing, sweet babies? All right.
Love
One
it.
one quick thing, people. Can we all please share this on our Facebook since we're live?
Yes, please share. Please share. We're gonna have a good discussion. Hey, and the people listening live, if y'all want to leave comments, we live where we live right now. We live on the I Stuck In Here page, the YouTube, my page. So there's multiple spots where you can leave comments. We'll pop them up on the screen and try to answer as many as possible. I might miss some. Hey, don't yell at me. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm sorry. I am, doing a lot right now, but we gonna get to it. Before we get into all the things, there was a little bit of news that happened over the weekend first. So we're gonna talk about
I had to say one thing real quick.
go
You look
ahead.
like a brother named Rico from Miami. I just gotta say that. You got the Miami vibes going on right now.
Hey man, quit talking about my past, man.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. I just had to get that
You
out.
know, we out here live and you bringing up the past. I don't got time for that. But anyways, to this week in Chicago, Monica and Brandy started the Boy Is Mine tour. It didn't jump off how it was supposed to. So apparently, word on the street is that Brandy said that she was going to faint or she was dehydrated and she left mid song, and Monica had to perform the rest of the concert by herself. Um, I'm gonna go to the females what they thought on this topic is first because I got a couple things to say, but I'm gonna let y'all speak on it first.
Well, first of all, Kelly Rowland, like she was amazing.
Were you
The
there?
little clips, I was not, unfortunately,
Okay.
but the clips that I saw, I was like, hadn't seen her perform in a minute. So I thought that she was beautiful, fabulous. She looked like she was having fun. Just the idea of the tour is great. But, I think it is important, to realize that they are working hard, the rehearsals that they have to do. They haven't toured in a while. I'm sure she was like actually exhausted.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say Doc all night. What about you, Doc?
I just think her publicity team could have handled it a little better. No one knew what was going on. They just knew she left, and they thought maybe it was more of like a drama issue between her and Monica before they released that statement. So they could have handled that a little bit better. And then I think maybe she needs to do better self-care, hydrating prior to the concert so that she can actually give the people what they paid for it, because it was a big disappointment. 20 years we haven't seen her, and then she leaves after one song. So yeah, I think, she just needs to be better prepared for her concerts to prevent these
especially
type
on
of
especially on the
situations.
opening show.
Right,
Especially on
it's
the
the first
opening show
show,
in Chicago.
and you're
What
not
about you,
ready.
sir?
Well, here's a couple things. One, they'll be back in Chicago Saturday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they'll be at the Wintrust Arena. So I'm taking it as if she's thinking, well, you know what? They lucky I'm coming back next week. Okay, that's one part. The second part is everyone should have been refunded for that concert, because if you had some diehard fans that have been waiting to see them perform that song together, and this was their one opportunity of getting a babysitter for the night, or they worked a double shift to pay for the tickets, and now all of a sudden that dream of seeing this in person can't happen, everyone needs to be given a refund. I don't care about the PR statement. We all know that that's crap. It looked like Brandy was up there, and in about 10-15 minutes in, she was like, you know what, my feet hurt.
Mm.
Well, I don't know
Even
how
look,
how
check it.
far in were they? Like, because they still got a concert, they still got a show. So like a full refund.
Well, it's kind of
Right.
hard to do a partial, because in terms of the insurance policy with these concerts, if you issue a refund based off of one of the headliners, you have to issue a refund for the complete charge of the ticket.
Mm.
A couple people were there. Well, I mean, a lot of people were there. They said that it was more exaggerated. It wasn't like halfway into the concert. They said the concert was for the most part over. Well, it wasn't over, but it
Okay.
was towards the end. But the big
Okay.
thing is you're there for you're there for the Boy Is Mine
Boy is
tour,
mine.
and you don't get to hear the Boy Is Mine with it.
They didn't even try.
They didn't even try. Like and that's why the excuse is BS, and we know it, because look, Brandy's a professional. She knows that if she has a big tour coming up, and this is day one. It's not like she's been touring for weeks. It was day one. Like, you didn't properly hydrate yourself. You've been
So
doing
you
this
don't.
for
So you think it is more drama?
absolutely. This is Brandy and Gunica. What do you mean? This is. I'm sure Monica was trying to lay some hands when this was happening. Come on now.
And,
But
and
they
might
seem
I add,
so. They seem
Monica don't
so
play.
like the press tours and stuff like that. They seem like they were really like locked
They're
in and
professional.
sisterly love and.
Mhm.
we all missing it, and I forgot who said it. Who mentioned Kelly Rowland?
I'm a
Van.
fan.
Ms. Jones. I got direct intel that Brandy was tight, that Kelly Rowland shut it down.
Everybody says she shut it down.
She
Everybody
didn't want
says
to follow behind her.
She didn't want to follow behind that. She after
Oh.
seeing Kelly's performance, it was like, oh wow, I need to tighten up, because Kelly's not even a headliner, and she is out there giving a prime Destiny's Child perform, like an 02, 03 Destiny's Child performance by herself.
Mm.
Now, is Kelly scheduled to go on the tour with him as like an
Yes.
opening act? Oh, okay.
So that's competition. Yeah.
it's competition, and it's
Yeah.
But
egos, and
then
it's
the next
divas.
day, didn't they go to Indianapolis or something the next day?
Yes.
Well, yeah, but she had already put out the PR press, so she couldn't back out again. They came out hand in hand, I'm sure that was some words, because you messing with Monica's money. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, Monica ain't gonna play with you. So I'm sure Brandy got it right, and they're gonna be good, but it's not what they said. Either it was probably some music or sound or something made her leave. Because if it was just hydration, she could have said something to the crowd as she was walking off or something. But
Right.
anywho,
She was
moving on
diva.
from Anywho, moving on from Brandy and Monica. I forgot what gala this was at, but did anybody see Kim Kardashian when she came out in this garb here?
You know,
Saw it.
I wish
She
I
she
wish
said
we
it matched her dress because it was promoting with her Skims.
yeah.
So it came from Fashion House, and a particular show that the Fashion House did. All of the looks had masks on it, like they all looked like that. So it's just kind of like an avant-garde, different look.
Why can't we get that
But
Men in
she
Black
hold
pin?
on, because the whole point of this topic here is it ain't even about that. Sure, she came out with a mask, but I'm just really sick of Hollywood, like and weirdos and us taking all these celebrities like seriously. Like, can the Kardashians not be famous anymore? Can they not be famous anymore?
They should have never been famous. They never contributed anything
They should have
to
never been famous.
it.
They
Never.
got
I
two
blame Ray J.
billionaires, 2 or
I
3
blame Ray J.
billionaires now. Ray J.
This is all Ray J's fault.
Oh, I mean, at the beginning, yes, but the rest is on us for allowing them to be famous. And then, like, I don't even know how I saw it because I don't even watch ads no more. But I guess the new story is Kim is supposed to have had a brain aneurysm or
I
something,
just saw
Blames
that.
it on
Like,
Kanye.
and she's blaming it on Kanye.
oh
Like,
wow.
why do we listen to these people? I don't. What back in my day, I'm gonna sound old. See, that's because
That does
by the
sound
way,
very old.
by the way, Xavier doesn't know. I am starting my gray journey. I am embracing it. So I will be very debonair by next July. So a whole new level of Quinn is gonna be here. But anywho,
Congratulations.
thank you. But that's not the point. We used to have people that like had talent be famous, and that's no longer the case. And I don't understand it, and I just wish that we would take back like making talented people famous and not just reality stars that bring nothing to society. He was the only one at this gala. It wasn't like the Met Gala that was wearing something like this. Oh,
Y- Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is our fault for giving them this level of fame and attention. But it is something that they have ran with, made billions from. So they are business, women. But I get what you're saying. And now Instagram people are famous. Like, you can be famous from social media. To contend with that, I wonder, like, old school celebrities, how do they feel about that? Like, anybody could be famous. You could be a influencer, and that could
how many?
lead you to Hollywood. And
Right. It comes
Well,
out to how many views you have, right? How many followers you have,
Mhm.
how many views you have. And if you have the number that I'm looking for, then I will make you famous. But it used to be, do you have a talent? Can you do something? All right, your
Mhm.
talent is going to make it so you get followers and viewers because you can do something. But now it's like flipped on its head. It look like you gotta say something. See what's up.
yeah. In a matter of years, AI, in terms of creating characters and personalities, they're going to surpass what the Kardashians did over the last 10, 15 years. So in terms of like people getting famous for a little bit of nothing and us giving it attention, anytime technology continues to elevate and increase, it's always going to make it easier for people to use it as leverage, whether for fame, finances, and more people of true organic substance are going to become like a relic, like a fine wine. It's still going to be a space for the real organic, talented people, but they're just not going to be taking so much of the demographic or their percentage of the pie. So the real still has a place in all of this. But in terms of where people's attention span at, now you have Hollywood fighting against this AI female character that was created, and you had some of the top Hollywood agencies wanting to sign a fake created prompt AI person. So we really, really need to be so aware of where we're going in terms of what we're feeding into. I don't like the Kardashians, but the real enemy is believing and looking into a fake AI person and saying, "Oh my God, that's so cool." You know what? Forget about my life. I want to create an AI version of myself, and that's the person that I'm going to push in terms of trying to become popular. And I don't remember the exact movie, but we are living in this utopia of not being able to distinct. It's not real from fake. It's more so a quality of taste. We don't have that palette of knowing what's really good anymore because it's so oversaturated. I know I was running on. I apologize.
And I
And
think
I
it-
too
think
is,
we
oh,
make
go ahead.
her. I think she does things when she's not as relevant to keep getting us our attention, and then it just lures everyone in. She's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna give them something to talk about. I'm gonna get some clicks," and that's how she continues to get this multi streams of revenue. We make her relevant with the weird stuff she does, and then her daughter pops off and says that I don't like my mom really. I like my dad because my mom is so unrealistic. So then that gives more clicks and more views, and that's what keeps her income coming in.
Doc, can I ask you a quick question? How much of all of this is contributed to mental illness in terms of what people are feeding into of the fakeness of what we see out here?
Well, both of her and Kanye both have mental illness. Hers just isn't all the way documented, but she has a personality disorder where she always has this attention seeking thrills, and she gets her energy from the absorption of everyone else that supports what she's doing. She
'Cause
has
I
these
know that
self-inflated personality disorder.
that dopamine that goes off in someone's brain, that's like the worst type of high to be addicted to.
Right. Because she always has to have that energy where she does impulsive behaviors. The sex tapes is what really put her on the map.
And I
Yeah.
think too, we feed into it because it's kind of like escapism. Like we want to escape our own lives. So we look to these celebrities with
For
the
excitement.
glitz and the glamour. Yeah, for excitement to take you out of what's going on in your own life and to look at them and see what they got going on.
Yeah.
I used to say with these AI videos, because since you brought up AI, and this is like a month ago. I said it, or 2 months ago, but I was like, this technology is in its infancy. Like, so you can tell because one person might have like 6 fingers or something like that, or blah blah blah.
They've
I was
gotten
like,
better with the fingers.
hold on, that's what I'm saying. I gave them at least like 4 years before. I'm telling you, I'm looking at videos today, and the only reason I know it's AI is because of how ridiculous the video is. It's something just crazy that can't be real. But if you didn't tell me AI existed, I'll be like, oh, that's a wild thing. And I can't tell. I'm at the point right now that I cannot tell that these are AI unless I just put my common sense to some things. But it's a scary situation. Like, everybody is kikiing and laughing about AI videos and stuff. It's like, until they put your black ass in the bank robbing something, and they got your face and your voice and everything they need to make it look like you did it. What you gonna say? I didn't do it. It's fake.
It's
Like,
AI.
it's AI. It's AI. It's I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like
Yeah,
it.
the disrespectful MLK videos and stuff like that they had
Oh
going
Oh
on.
yeah.
Yep. They squashed that. They
Yeah,
they
they sent the cease and desist to Sora.
yeah, they squashed that. So at least there's somebody kind of monitoring it, maybe a little bit, but not really. But anywho, stop following these celebrities is the point of this topic, y'all.
Yeah.
Like, y'all watching these, and I'm looking at y'all too late because I ain't watching this shit. these
So
basketball
much.
wives and these Real Housewives of Orange counties and blah blah blah. All these people that shouldn't be
Atlanta.
famous, and the only reason they're famous is because we turn on the TV and watch it. That's literally the only reason that all
Look
of
at
us could be
Dr.
famous
Wendy.
right now. If we had somebody from Bravo come and say, hey, we signed a contract and they put some cameras on us and follow us around, we would be just as famous just because people will watch it. They don't care that who you are or whatnot. And I
The
can make a
Real
whole other.
Housewives,
Go ahead.
the Real Housewives of Potomac.
Mhm.
The one of the cast members, Dr. Wendy, her and her husband just got charged with credit card and bank fraud, right?
Oh, wow.
Mm.
So here it is, season after season, they're portraying that this uplifting, I'm a righteous, black queen, black king. Yeah, you do have those credentials, but now you as a doctor, Dr. Wendy, you've allowed that dopamine from being on these cameras infect you, and now you trying to keep up with this glitz and glam. Now you then got augmentation work done on your body, and you spending lavishly and things like that because you're trying to keep up for something that's fake and, as Q said, weird. It's all part of the Hollywood circle. Now you about to catch a felony for bank and wire fraud.
That's crazy.
There's a way to there's a get out of jail free card for that.
Mm.
Okay.
How
What's
For
so?
the
the
bank, huh?
What do they gotta
You know,
do?
oh no, all they gotta do is put on a red hat, and that leads me to my next topic. No kings. Yeah, they put on a red hat, they will get out of jail. That is a quick way to get out of jail. So this past weekend, there was a No Kings rally across the globe. You know how much you gotta hate somebody to have a rally against you across the globe, not even just the country that is yours. It's just like people in London
I have
protesting
mixed
for no
feelings
reason.
about this.
Yes,
I
sir. How do you feel
I
about it?
have
Because
I have a lot of mixed feelings on both sides. I'm not cussing, my bad. I'm gonna talk crap about both sides of this, but I'm gonna go third.
Okay. Do you mind if I jump in real quick?
Go ahead, you hit it first, C.
Okay. I love for one when a large amount of people can come together. There's no violence, and we're coming together for a common cause. So, bullet point number one. Number two, they're coming together for a great cause, right? This whole No Kings thing. We live in a democracy. It should be like that. No one should have dictatorship power, especially in the United States of America. Cool. Like that. Bullet point two. Bullet point three is if all these amount of people showed up for a common cause, why didn't a percentage of these individuals show up in the polls when it was
Yep.
time to vote? And the reason why they didn't, and I'm not going to specifically name the demographic of individuals who didn't show up, but because they couldn't see a black woman in power or a woman of color in power, they decided, well, I'm not going to vote for that guy, but I don't want to vote for her. So I'm just not going to vote at all. And the end result is what's currently going on. So it's like, hey, if you're going to complain about something, do something about it. But just don't sit on the sideline, wait for things to go amok, and then you want to show up to a rally. Well, there was a rally called the voting poll, and you could have showed up in November of 2024, and you could have stood what you believed in right then and there. But because you didn't want to see a woman of color, despite how people may want to feel about Miss Kamala Harris, your own inner racism or bigotry led you to not vote at all. And this is what you got.
A lot
Ladies.
of them, a lot of them thought that some of his laws and clause was going to work in their favor, and they worked against it, like the DEI. They don't realize that the other gender, women, is a minority. And they don't realize that put them out of a lot of positions and tables that they were previously sitting at. they didn't realize how it affect um, the non-majority when it comes to college funding and sponsorships. It just affects a lot of things across the board. But when you don't realize that you're going to be affected, they were they were ready to support that guy over, Miss Kamala Harris. And a lot of them that came out to the No Kings were that majority. What they say, the forgotten class is what Trump calls it, the forgotten class. And now they're forgotten because what did they say on the first with the shutdown? If we don't get out of the shutdown, if the states don't take responsibility, they're not going to get none of their government funding with the food stamps, the Medicaid, all those resources be shutting off for the forgotten class. So
And,
Yep.
and that, after everyone speaks, since I want to double back, Doc, to what you
I
just
said I was
said
going
about
third.
the
How,
food
how,
stamps.
how you coming back?
No, I said at the end. I want to double back at the end because I got something to say about the whole SNAP EBT thing. So I'm following back.
You so talkative today. Huh?
but yeah,
Gotta bring
most
more
of the
females
reflective
on.
people that were out there, they said they were pretty much the class that, that voted for him or didn't come out because they were so anti the minority. But look at the faces of the people that came out there. Most of them were not us.
Yeah, it's because we got to go to work. Like, I look, these protesters, like, I don't understand. Like, where
I have
do
the
you get the
luxury to
time? Where do you get the time to
An
go?
8-hour
Oh, hey,
day.
like, I'm all for it. Like, let me write a letter to y'all. Like, y'all can, I'm there with y'all in spirit, but I got to go to work. Like, I don't have time to do this. Like C said, you should have took your ass to the the poll booths. Like, that's when it was time to do it. And I feel like we just have like the attention span of goldfish in this world. It's like this happened 4 years ago and everybody forgot. I mean, not 4 years ago, whenever the last time he was in office, like it
8
happened
years ago.
then. And 8 years ago, and we forgot, or we didn't forget, but people forgot.
Yeah.
And now that it's happening, it feels like this man has been in office for 40 years,
20,
and it's
yeah.
been less than a year. It's been less than a year. You
And
have
we've been in
truth
hell.
in the streets. You have chaos in the cities. You have marches. You have half of the damn White House being torn down. What is going on? Like what is really going on? And I asked last week. I'm gonna ask again because I used to didn't talk politics on that, but now it's like, who gonna stop me? So like I'm gonna ask again because I know I got some MAGA friends on here. Please tell me how y'all really feel about this shit without just saying I believe in Trump. Like, because let Obama chop off a third of the White House and see how y'all feel about it. Like, y'all didn't even like putting Black Lives Matters on a street, but we can chop down half the White House. Like, it don't make sense to me on like the logic of thinking. Like, everybody's like, well, no, he needs to clean up the cities and stuff. It's like, but you're missing the point on. You're missing the point on. Hold on, what did Drew say? This guy, he said you're missing the point on him flexing this power. You got military soldiers against American citizens without having any of the governors agree to it. Like, you're just doing whatever you want to do. And this is why there's a No Kings rally. Like, you have to have some type of
checks and balances.
But here's the problem with checks and balances.
Yeah.
Here's the problem. You have the presidency, you have the Senate, you have the House, and you have the Supreme Court. All the Republicans have the entire branch of government. The Republicans have. But wants to somehow say the government shutdown is the Democrats' government shutdown. Bro, the Democrats don't have no power. They don't got no power. Like, none to shut down this thing. You're shutting it down because you want it your way 100%, and that's not how it goes. Now I'm gonna bag off. Xavier, I think it's on you.
I think it's more symbolic than impactful. Like Sita said, people coming together, collectively, peacefully, making a statement is great symbolically. So let's see how that same energy can be used to make an impact. What is that gonna be like for voting? First locally, and then how that spreads. So
I
Yeah.
mean, we vote in 2 weeks, so that's where we really need to be voting, getting the Senate back in order, getting our House of Representatives, getting that part, the polices, because it starts at that lower level, and those are the people that represent our what is it, our votes for the electoral college, and people
Mm.
forget about those small city votes.
The local voting is where it's
Is
actually
where
the
it's
most
at.
important. It's the most
Mhm.
important.
Absolutely.
Now, if the shutdown doesn't end this week, let's forget October 31st. Let's talk about this week. SNAP benefits is going to be the domino that cripples the entire American
Nation.
economy
Hmm.
because the way that landlords who have tenants who are on like Section 8 vouchers and that's guaranteed income, you
Yep.
have the farming industry that relies on that same income, right? So
USDA.
correct. So if the shutdown continues and the farmers aren't giving their money, you're going to have billions of dollars of produce that's going to go to waste because the farmers and the trucking companies can't pay the drivers to come pick up the produce. And then the
Mhm.
drivers, with them not having work, they're not going to be able to pay their mortgage. So all of those lending loans for real estate, I mean, for homes and mortgages, they're going to collapse. So something as simple as we think of, like, we may hear people in our community say, "Oh, damn, I ain't gonna have my link card on the first." Yeah, you're not gonna have your link card on the first, more than likely. But also think about the disastrous domino effect that's going to happen just because of the snap. We don't even have to talk about Medicaid and Medicare yet. We just leaving it right on the EBT matter. And in terms of the Democrats and Republicans not seeing eye to eye on this whole shutdown, you have Republicans that are just as angry as some Democrats in terms of the shutdown still going on and them not agreeing with it. And when you have 6 Democrats that are standing firm and saying, "Hey, we need this we need this extension on feeding people for at least the next 60 days." If we can't put that in motion for just a 60-day extension, it's as almost as if they want chaos to happen.
Hmm.
I think they want chaos to happen. I I I,
They
I
do.
think this is all set up by design because this is a way to do like like a sweep or a purge of locking a
People.
lot of people up.
Because they're going to start loitering, they're going to start stealing.
Yep.
Because you're talking about not feeding your kids, then it's just going to be a spiral of domino effect. People who
And there's
got
not going
to
to be
take
more
insulin
people.
medicine and everything
Yeah.
else.
And it's not going to be
Survival.
a lot of people that
Yeah.
got this color look like us. If you look at the numbers, more people on the Caucasian side are
Get food
on
stamps.
these programs. So it's
They
going to
are.
be it's going to be a majority of them out there committing these crimes.
The
That's why
forgotten class. The
the forgotten
forgotten
class,
class.
and
Mhm.
that's why it goes back to, hey,
Mhm.
you should have went to the polls.
Yep.
That's
All
all
right.
you had
Yeah.
to
All right.
do.
All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Enough with the politics. Jeez. Yeah, we've talked about Agent Orange enough. He gets it. Hey, but wait, before I go though, did you notice that the this? I bet you the ballroom's gonna be gold too, even though it's the White House. Did you notice that the cost to build that ballroom is $230 million, and he's suing the Department of Justice for $230 million to go into his own pockets because he was treated very, very badly. His words, I promise you. You can go on his Truth Social or whatever and see this. He's suing for $230 million. Now, who's paying the $30 million? We are. That's he wants to sue the people $230 million to build his ballroom for the White House. You can't make this shit up, and it's really crazy. But let's get off of politics. Hold on. Let me hold on. We got some comments, so let me bring them out. Quinn said, not me, the other Quinn. Pay attention to the redistricting. I can't say that word. That will have the biggest impact on Black voters' political power. This is true. They're already doing it in Texas. California is trying to fight back and do it but it's all. This is why I don't like political parties, because it's like, just do a popular vote and whoever gets all the votes wins. It should be that simple.
That's right.
Let's see. We got Gina says, preach y'all, facts, domino effect. This is all true. And then we had Drew Down Production said, enough with the politics. He needs some messy topics before he goes to the gym. Fair enough, Drew. Let's get to the ratchetness. It is everybody's favorite time of the day. We are going to move on to my favorite segment, Circus Corner. Doc, you don't know about this, but right now it is Cirque Money's time to talk. So we are going to leave. I'm going to take everybody off the screen till he gets his rant over, and then we'll come back and finish up with the main two topics of the night. So I will see y'all on the flip side. Take a break, take a drink, take a shot, whatever. See, it's all yours.
Y'all remember that show, The First 48? Love watching that show, right? Well, I got a First 48 rule in my house, and it's for house guests. When someone comes to my house to spend the night, I get them 48 hours. The moment they come in, I let them know, hey, the timer is on. The thing about house guests is, you're a guest. It's not your house. I don't want to hear in the middle of the night a whole bunch of going through my chip bags, eating all my little snacky snacks, drinking my Capri Suns, and then get an attitude when I say, hey, if you need something, just let me get it for you. You don't have to get it. You go in your bathroom, you see stuff just all over the place, and then you ask yourself, why in the world did I even invite this person to even come over to my house? It grinds my gears like no other when you try to do the nice thing and the only thing you get in return is anxiety. You want to hit that brown bottle, hit that hen dog, because only thing you thinking about is they in my kitchen. They probably using up all my toilet paper. And then they get an attitude with you when you ask them, hey, you mind picking that up? Hey, Drew, take your shoes off. Take your shoes off at the door. I need to become super wealthy. So when I do have guests over in the near future, that they could be in a whole different wing. It got to be at least 300 feet away, because people do not have respect when it comes to coming over your crib. They are habitual line steppers, and they try. I think they even do it deliberately. I think they try to say, you know what? Let me see how much I can get under this dude's skin. I know he like eating these little Debbie cakes. I'm gonna eat the last little Debbie cake and not leave nothing. So when he wake up in the morning, he go hit that box. It's empty. You know, drinking all my Minute Maid. All those little things. Moving forward, I gotta start telling myself, hey, stop trying to be the nice guy with inviting people over. The First 48 rule, you thought it worked, but you know what? 2 days of being stressed out, of being agitated, only to be happy when that person leave, it ain't worth it. I'm getting older. I gotta know these are things I can't do no more. And as much as I love seeing people, it ain't nothing greater than seeing them leave. That's my take.
Hey man, it's still to this day my favorite segment of the show, Circus Corner, because I be like, you be touching my soul, man. Like when you said, like when you drinking the Capri Suns, like ain't nothing worse than like when you got your mouth watered for something. You come home and you open that fridge and somebody then took that Capri Sun, or even better, the nectar, the Minute Maid juice.
A minute.
Come on, man. You know the Minute Maid juice is the one where you got to pour it up and then you take a drink and then you go right back and pour some more.
Yeah, because you got to even that cut. You got to make sure you refill what you just took
before you, because the first take was just a sample. You had to. It was a taste test.
Mm-hmm.
It was a taste test. But yeah, man. Hey, you can't have people all in your crib like that. But you're right, man. You're right. Watch who you invite in your house and watch who Bogarts into the house. So it is what it is. We're gonna bring the ladies back and we're gonna go into the topics of the night. So let me get them back on here. Boom, 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 boom. Hello, ladies. Welcome back.
Hello. Sir, who overstayed their welcome at your house?
My mama.
The man is not even joking. He was serious. He said his mama. I'm gonna stay out because I know his mama. I'm gonna stay out of that topic. I'm a respect the mama.
How do you eat a chicken bone? How do you eat a chicken bone? And then after you get done eating the chicken bone, and you open it up and try to get the gristle, and then you use the bone to start picking your teeth. Come on, man.
Amen.
Come on.
Hey man.
Oh
man. I'm sorry. Hey, I'm sorry, man. They gotta do better. You know what I'm saying? Like people gotta do better. Just be kept mindful of Kool-Aid too, Lewis. Might be mindful of who you let in your house. All right, we going to the topics of the night. All right, this is the ratchet that Drew wants. We're gonna talk about toxic-ish since I'm not cussing tonight. I've only cussed like 3 times tonight, by the way. I feel really proud.
He said I couldn't curse tonight because of you two, distinguished women. He said, "Hey, see, watch it tonight. We got class, we got royalty on tonight."
I said
you got some gentlemen in you, okay?
Yeah, because he wants to just throw the N-word left and right. Like sometimes I gotta reel him in. Like he will be out there with it. And I was like, not today. But anyways, the turkey leg hut, the infamous Houston turkey leg hut, which I don't know. People said it was overrated. I loved the turkey leg hut. I thought those turkey legs were delicious. But the one of the co-owners, Nakia Holmes, was just arrested because she lets somebody that had warrants that was on the run for beating his ex-girlfriend with a tire iron pulled up in her house. And I guess the police came to the house. She said he wasn't in there. He was in there. He decided to flee, so they caught him and took her to jail. Now there's a whole lot going on with the Turkey Hut house or whatever the name of it is, but apparently they owe a lot of money from borrowing from loans. The husband is in jail. The ex-husband is in jail for burning down another business's establishment that I guess he was beefing with. I didn't know it was that thick with. Cirque money, take it.
This is a question I really got to ask the ladies on the show tonight. And, I apologize in advance.
My bad. I'm sorry. Real quick before you start. That's just what brings us to the topic. We're not really talking about them. The question is, how far y'all gonna go for some toxic-ish? Like these relationships. Like, how far y'all gonna go for it? That's the question. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, like, have you women ever done something out of your normal character or behavior because you were just so stricken with a man, or if the sexual connection with this man was just so unbelievable that you was like, I don't care what it is, I would do anything for him? Like, is anything that good to where you are willing to break the law?
No.
Not to that extreme. I'm never gonna sacrifice me.
No, I'm not gonna put myself in a position to lose You know what?
Everything.
Everything over. Yeah, there's plenty more. It's not
It's-
worth it. Now, I haven't always made the best decisions with choosing the person, but still wouldn't, jeopardize my future for for something. It's never that good. It's never
Yeah.
that good.
Now she facing a felony charge. So you said her husband was in jail and now she's there, huh?
So they were already like when the business was going down, they were already divorcing anyways. But one of the things that he got in trouble was an arson charge for a different business. I guess that was in the same area. So they was beefing. They was on some Soprano stuff. And yeah, so but they weren't together. They were still they were exes. And they haven't allegedly, we got allegedly, they haven't said that she's had relations with the man that was
He was
hiding
just
in her house.
she was just
But
aiding and abetting.
they have her just as aiding and abetting. But we don't even gotta take it that far because that's not even the question. Because somebody lying, somebody done some toxic stuff for some toxic things. I ain't saying you went to jail, but you done some toxic stuff.
What?
And why is
No.
toxic stuff so? Why is it so attractive? Why is it so appealing when you
I don't
know I
know if
shouldn't
it's
deal with them?
yeah, I don't know if it's so much appealing. I think that sometimes when you're caught up in your emotions, you get wind up into different things. But I think she didn't take a step back and slow down and that, I'm gonna lose my business, I'm gonna lose my kids and lose everything that she worked so hard for. I mean, she got a chain restaurant that's really doing well. And now with all this publicity, it's not gonna
Well,
do
she
too good
was,
for her business
or any future things that she might have going
endeavors.
on.
Yeah, it's
Now,
not gonna work. She didn't think that through.
Now, when I was young in my 20s, and I didn't have anything to lose, I might have been more reactive and emotional. But, when I have things that I have to consider, you think twice, you know.
Mm,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I feel like with this question, I had to get y'all like 20 years ago, and then I would have got the answer I wanted.
You would
Y'all
have, but my
grown.
frontal lobe is developed now.
Yeah, y'all grown
All
a
the way
little
there.
bit. Y'all have grown. I need, you know what?
Tremendously.
You know what? I should have had my daughter on for this one.
Yeah.
Because she 24, 25, one of them. She
Oh,
in that
that would have
stupid
been right
era.
up my
You know
alley
what I'm saying?
then.
Yeah, that'd be right. I said, tell me, and you can't lie to me because I'm your daddy. Can I know?
Now, as a man, I have asked women that I've dealt with to do some things that, they shouldn't have been doing. I could take accountability for that. I've put women in positions in my early years where they could have called it case. And as I think of it now later, as a father and a husband now, I think to myself, damn, like, did I really love her asking her to do that? Or was I just like so caught up and I ain't even care. Like, hey, if you rocking with me, hold this. I, I don't know what even allowed my mind to go there thinking that was cool, because you look at life through two different lenses. One, in your younger years, and one, hopefully, like you said, once your frontal lobe has developed, you look at through that lens again, and you like, oh my God, like I'm glad I'm still alive, or I'm not in jail. But I would take accountability, and I would say, like, yeah, I have asked females to do toxic things when I was younger, and I look back at it and I think, like, damn, like, did she do it because she really loved me, or did she do it like, because she felt like she had to? Like, what is the real reason? Why she would do it? I always question those type of things.
I think
Because she
sometimes
was in love
women,
and you wasn't.
yeah, and I think sometimes women will be willing to sacrifice to maintain a relationship, like abandon their whole self to keep that man. It happens.
Yeah, and it's funny because it looks like if you look at it early on, first of all, females have always thought, even when we were in high school and stuff, they always thought they was grown. but they didn't run it. Like the dudes always ran it like that. But if you look now as adults, especially black females are so far ahead of black male as far as income, as far as business ownership, home ownership. Like they are leaps and bounds ahead of the black male in this, is because we was on some dumb shit. Sorry, I had to get cuss that time, but that's the only way I can say it. Like we was on some dumb stuff when we was younger, and they were a little bit more focused and probably a little bit more loyal. So when you ask her to hold something, she's gonna do it for you, but she's not doing it because she's trying to be a criminal like you. She's doing it because of out of that loyalty for you. So I mean, society it flipped on its head as you get older, So, anyways, toxicity. These words with these and I can't say it all. It's okay though. I am educated. I promise you, because we got authors and on the screen. All right, final topic of the night. Let me pull it up. I can't even listen to this dude music no more. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I can't listen to this dude's music no more. And I used to love his songs. I still love his songs. Oops, let's see. How you gonna pick your teeth with the same chicken bones? Okay. Yep, that's true. How? Brian McKnight apparently won a $8 million judgment that rules in his favor against his ex-wife. So he went on live and celebrated. And all the commotion with Brian McKnight is he did it on the anniversary. He celebrated on the anniversary of his son's passing. So his other son, Brian McKnight Jr., had a big problem with that. He aired out a lot of issues that he has with his father. I don't know if y'all been keeping up with Brian McKnight, but he completely disowns his previous children, his ex-wife. He has a new wife and a new kid. And at one point he was talking about changing his name to the wife's name. So he wouldn't be a McKnight anymore. Like he wants nothing to do like with any part of that family. And Brian McKnight Jr. just took it hard that his dad would come and celebrate on the anniversary of his brother's passing, which is crazy. I think dude's a real sucker for what he did with that. But that brings us to our topic, airing out family business and dirty laundry. And I was speaking with Xavier earlier, who may have a book that's out right now. So I'm gonna let her lead with this topic. When is it okay or not okay to talk about family business?
So, as you know, I wrote a memoir. And in order to tell my story, there's other people that are involved with telling, being able to tell my story in its entirety. So for me, what I did was, go to my family. I had to, say, this is what I want to talk about. Are you okay with me, mentioning some of these things? Now, there were some people, unfortunately, that passed away that I wasn't able to ask, but I had those conversations like, hey, I want to talk about this. This is, the overarching story. This is the purpose of it. And, the intent behind it was good. It wasn't to make anybody look bad or anything like that. It was to give context to the greater story. So I was able to, have peace about it. I was able to, ask like more details so that I'm not just saying things that weren't factual. Not everybody, was happy, but I was able to speak my truth, and for the most part, the majority of it was like, tell your story.
What about you, Doc?
I think sometimes we need to self-heal. Like oftentimes in a Black community, in our community, we always brush a lot of things under the rug. And like whether it's from trauma that was caused by family members, whether it's the psychological abuse that we've endured from sometimes like the physical abuse from my parents. And we're learning to actually heal because we didn't used to talk to therapists. we're not, that wasn't really what we did. So just now in like this millennial era, we're starting to get the self-help we need. So we're not perpetuating this cycle of abuse to others. So if reaching out to talk about my accuser or my abuser, then I'm all for it, because I don't want to make this vicious cycle with my offspring and their offspring. We're here for empowerment, building, and growing. So if that means I need to talk about my feelings out loud so I can feel better, then that's what we need to do. Now, sometimes you can change a name or two, if you
Yeah,
have to put this in the public eye,
yeah,
so that you're respecting people's, HIPAA. But other than that, I need to heal myself. And sometimes letting it out makes you feel a lot better. That's the healing process. So you hurt me, and now I have to get my feelings, recovery. So just keeping people names and confidentials, if it's going to be in
yeah.
the public eye, keeping that under the wraps.
I agree. And I think that is so important for us to be able to tell our stories because there's healing in that. And I
Mm.
think when you are able to express, what happened to you, you're healing yourself and you're giving something to somebody else too, so that they feel like that might resonate with them. And then they can start their journey to, change the narrative in their life. And, the healing is then trickle down to the people that are, available to hear your story. So I think, there is a powerful message in being able to do that with the correct intent. Now, just airing dirty laundry, just in this case, it was messy, it was unnecessary, it wasn't thoughtful,
Mhm.
it was spiteful. There's a difference between you telling your story for your healing, telling your story, to just
Be
share and
messy.
connect as a community, and then there's malicious intent. And
And
that's
yeah, he was a malicious because he wanted to do it on the anniversary of his death and of his son. And the irony in that was the son was trying to make amends with him before he died, and he deliberately went out of his way not to mend anything with that son. So
Yep.
now you go and do this publicity stunt on the death of him is very ignorant. I don't even listen to anything else from Robin Knight, because any man, biblically says if you shame, disown your children, then he missed out on his own blessings with God. So that's on him.
mhm.
Okay, let me ask y'all a question. Do you think the disdain that he has for his children is being directed the wrong way because he really has this hatred towards their mother?
The wife.
Yeah,
Mhm.
most definitely.
How you can
Yeah,
see
but you,
through.
but you, let me cut. But I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, but that's your kids though. Like,
Oh, I
I
agree.
don't, I don't care about like if
Some
it's your
people
baby
can't
mama.
differentiate though.
Some men can't separate it.
And I'm not saying that you have to look if you don't like your kid, you don't like your kid, but like a respect level, you know what I'm saying? Like like we don't know what's going on in that home, right? It could be a lot that's happened, but there's a respect level that you give. You should be the adult in the room and give it. Like the kids are the children. Like they might buck at you, but I'm not going to sit here on social media talking about I'm going to disown my children and I'm going to change my name to my wife's name so I don't have to associate with them. And he purposely puts the new little son on a pedestal. Him and 50 Cent does that. Him and 50 Cent do the same thing with the new kid.
Yep.
Like it's just really weird to me,
Yes, sir.
like that he would do that, especially when you have a child that died. Like that didn't even bring you any closure. Like that didn't
Mhm.
say, you know what, maybe I'm living off.
Right.
Like that should have changed you a little bit, losing your son and not being able to have that closure on it. But
Yeah,
it's
he
just
seems miserable. He seems very narcissistic
Okay,
and
and
just
he's
can I
trying to act like
ask this
he's
real
happy, but
quick?
he's not happy. Go ahead.
What all three of you? What is your take on when someone enters a new relationship and their current spouse is manipulating them in terms of, oh, I don't want you communicating with your children, and they try to get them to be withdrawn away from the family. How do you guys view individuals like that? And if someone is in a relationship and they allow their new partner spouse to interfere with them and their children, who's more so to blame in that situation?
So
The parent of the
now it's
child.
it's the parent of the child, because
Yeah.
you shouldn't even want to even coexist with someone that's going to pull you away from your children, and then vice versa. You wouldn't want your children to be disrespectful to that to your new spouse either. So it has to be a balance, and let both of them know that neither one of them are going anywhere, and either you coexist or we can't continue.
And unfortunately, it does happen. You know, the new person wants the attention and wants, if they have children, they want to prioritize their children. So it's up to that person to set boundaries and establish, you know, how the family dynamic is going to be.
Could you trust someone like that?
Mm-mm. No.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very complicated. I remember when I was younger, and we about to wrap it up because we hitting that hour mark. But I remember when I was younger, in my old marriage days, it was like I didn't say anything. Like everything that happened in that situation, I kept. And I feel like that didn't happen on the other side. Like, you know what I'm saying? There was a lot of chatter and talking around at the friends, talking around the kids. You know, like I'm from the days where we don't talk around children. You know what I'm saying? Grown folks business, grown folks. And kids shouldn't know that. And I feel like not just with me, I just feel like a lot of kids these days are in grown folks business and they seeing all this stuff, and it's mentally, you know, hurting them, and they're holding on to anger that isn't even theirs. They don't even really know what it is. They heard it. It was a drive-by, you know, about the emotions they're holding in, and it has nothing to do with them. But because mom and dad has been talking around them about it, you know, they're soaking up and feeding on all that animosity. It's a crazy thing.
That's true. Yeah, they take on the emotions. They feel like they have to pick sides. They don't understand fully the full context of things, and it's an ugly thing.
All right, you got one more. I feel like you got one more thing to say. You've been so talkative today. You how many shots you had?
I don't even remember. To go in terms of the airing out the family business, I did want to say, if someone in the family wronged you, right? The thing that I really can't stand is when someone tells you how to respond to disrespect. So if someone disrespected me in a manner to where it was uncalled for, it was just like totally out of line, and then I want to react a certain way, I don't like that, because that person had no boundaries, and the leash was off when they wanted to disrespect me, and it's like this is something that really grinds my gears, when the whole sweeping under the rug thing, and they want you to, you know, forgive and let go. No, I know I say I wasn't gonna do it. Well, I'm cursing. I ain't forgetting shit. I'm holding on to all of that, because if I don't, 9 out of 10 times, I might let it happen again. So if I carry that with me, I'm not going to let it hinder me in life to where I use it as an excuse to where I can elevate and prosper in life. But I'm damn sure going to keep that one in the chamber, knowing this person over here ain't about shit. I know what they is. I know what time it is with them, and I'm going to keep them in their place. And every time they come around, if they want to do the kick in, I'm going to remind them, you a piece of shit. Done for the night.
You like, okay, you unloaded the curse clip out, and it's cool. You waited to the end, so I respect that. All right, yeah, I got to bring it. This was good. This was fun. I got to bring it to a wrap because it's almost my bedtime. I've also been going to bed at like 9:30, 10 o'clock every night, and I don't know.
Is that getting adjusted to the grays? Like you go to bed early because you trying to embrace being an old man?
I'm super embraced. Hold on. I didn't say I was an old man. I didn't say I was an old man.
Sorry.
I just said I'm embracing the grays. I'm not old.
No.
I gets busy. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Anyways, thank y'all for tuning in to I Snuck in Here podcast, Battle of the Sexes. I'm going to massacre your last name, Doc. So tell me again.
Dr. Muzan.
Muzan. There you go. There you go. I would like to thank Dr. Muzan for joining in for the first time. We
Thanks for
appreciate
having
you.
me.
Xavier Jones, thank you for joining. You're gonna have to lead the She Snuck in Here round 2 again. We'll be doing that shortly. I gotta find the crew that's gonna do it. Of course, my partner in crime, Cirque Money. Before we get out here, I'm gonna let y'all shout out what y'all need to do, and then we're gonna bounce. Xavier, you first. Tell them where the people can find you.
Well, you can find me on Facebook, Xavier Jones. You can find me on Instagram, just one X. If you are in the Chicagoland area, pull up to the Silver Room on Saturday. I will be there. I have a book talk.
That's what's up. All right, Doc, what about you?
Yes. My website is www.integralhealthandwellnessllc.com, where I have a team where we do weight loss management, family practice, and for those who need like mental health counseling, therapy, and medication management. I am in Virginia Beach, Virginia. And our office number is 757-204-1901. And Instagram and Facebook is at Dr. Nikisha Muzan. You need me. Thank you.
That's how you plug that. That's how you plug that. When you get off, I see you put the comment in the private, your link in the private chat. Go into the actual chat on Facebook and put your website in there so people will know where to find you, because that's very interesting. Clerk Money, you did real good. I'm so proud of you, my boy.
Thank you.
Tell people where they can find you.
You can find me on all platforms at CIRCMONEY. I'm back outside. That's it.
Back outside. All right. And I'm your boy, some call me Quinn. Hey, we are going to have maybe an episode next week. I'm not sure, but it's a strong possibility. But I'm excited because 2 weeks I'm having all my fellas in Dallas, in Texas, and we are doing the I Snuck in Here podcast live from Dallas. So we gonna get busy. It's gonna be fun. But again, this was great topics. We was actually on some serious shit. I can cuss now. I don't give a damn. I've been respectable all night. We're on some serious stuff. But again, thank y'all for sneaking into the I Snuck in Here podcast. And when you sneak out, please don't get caught by the cops.